Hey guys, Joe here with AmericanMuscle.com, and today we are checking out the third brake light assembly fitting all 2015 to 2018 Ford Mustangs. The light we're featuring today is going to be an apples-to-apples replacement third brake light assembly for the Mustang owner looking to maintain the factory appearance of the lighting for their ride, but not at the cost of an actual OEM replacement part. As you can see in front of me on the table, this light features 12 high-powered LED bulbs behind a clear lens that very closely mimics the factory look and feel. But again, the real big takeaway of this is the fact that it's significantly less than the factory replacement from the parts counter at the Ford dealer. So you're going to get the OEM fit and function without the OEM price tag. Constructed of a durable, weather-resistant, OEM-quality black ABS plastic housing, this third brake light is designed to be a factory-fit replacement part for your S550. Like I said, as far as replacement lighting goes, this third brake light will save you some money, being that it is about half the price when compared to ordering one from your local Ford store, as I previously mentioned, coming in right around $100 at the time of this video. When it comes to install, this will be a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter thanks to the factory fit with plug-and-play wiring. A few basic tools and you should expect to tackle the installation of this light assembly in about an hour. The majority of the time is going to be spent in the back seat of your Mustang, removing the mounting stud hardware while squeezing your hand in between the roof and the headliner, which I know can be a bit of a squeeze. And you can see right here on the back of the light, this is the 4 studs and hardware that I'm talking about. Once you have this taken care of, it's a simple matter of removing the light and cleaning up whatever weather stripping remains before reversing the process to get this new light bolted down. And for those of you wondering, the weather stripping I'm referring to is this stuff right here. Once this stuff gets seated on your Mustang, it's kind of hard to clean it off, but with a little bit of elbow grease and a scraper, you should have no problem. But don't just take my word for it. One of our great AM customers installed this light on their ride and is going to give you a step-by-step walkthrough on how to get the job done. So let's check it out.
All right, so this is everything we've used. So this was the scraper we used to scrape the adhesive off. This was the pick we used to help pull the brake light off from the top and peel the old adhesive off as we were taking it off. This is our little ratchet. It was the smallest one I had to fit into the tight space we had to work with. And this was a number 8 or 8mm bit we used to take the nuts off. Make sure you save these because the new one did not come with any hardware, so we're gonna have to reuse these. This is the new one we're gonna put on, and this is the old one we took off, you know, nice and broken. These are what we used to clean the car with. We had Goo Gone used to remove the old adhesive, and just some general cleaner to remove the oil of the Goo Gone when we were done. And also we used just like a pry bar. You could use just a flathead screwdriver to help in the tight spot, pushing the brake light out from inside the car. You know, just help get like a position to shove, because a little ratchet might not be the best. All right, so to work on the brake light, we're just gonna pull this down a little bit. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts and the wire. The bolts look like they might be about 8mm, but we'll figure that out later. And then there's some little black clips that just slide into place. So I'll go get some tools and we'll come right back to it. All right, so we got the 8mm and we just checked it and I'm pretty sure it fits. Yep, 8mm. Okay, all right, so we put this on a ratchet. All right, so we just got the last bolt off. So next step is gonna be to remove the wire. So probably what we can do is take it out from the outside. So I'm gonna release these 2 clips on the end, like so. It's a little tight. We'll probably have to pull it from the outside. So it will have a little wiggle room to remove the wire from outside, because this wire is like a little give. All right, I'll try and give this some pressure from underneath. Looks like this clip is really jammed in. Maybe some taps will get it out. Yeah, this plastic clip is really digging into the metal. May have to put like a little pry bar here and shove it to the side as we push up, because I don't see really anything else holding it in place. Just these 2 black tabs and then the 4 bolts. And then these tabs on the side, but these aren't really too much of a big deal. All right. Okay, there's an adhesive layer right here. It's proving to be difficult, so I have a friend helping me inside the car. He's gonna be pushing while I'm gonna be pulling. So I have a little pick to try and lift the edge. I don't want to pry on the car surface because you don't want to like crack your glass or dent the hood or the roof, my bad. So just a little pick to pick up and pry off the adhesive while he pushes from underneath to make this easier. You can see my light is cracked. That's why I'm replacing this. It's letting water in through this crack. There goes the top. Yeah, slowly peeling away the adhesive makes this easier. So a pick like this makes work a lot easier than without it. Just gotta be careful, you don't want to damage your rear windshield. There it goes. There we go. You can see the adhesive really holding on tight here, making this a pain to remove, but we got there. Hopefully if you're replacing this, you're not intending to save the old one, because that'll be a little difficult. You need a lot more care if you're doing that. So the new one does not have an adhesive to stick down like the old one did. When you screw it in, this is just gonna be like suctioned and have some pressure. So we're just gonna remove a little bit of this old stuff. Probably doesn't need to be too perfect, but we're gonna try our best to clean this old stuff off. All right, so we got most of the adhesive off. Now I'm gonna go get something to clean it a little bit better, all right? All right, next step, we're just gonna vacuum, pick up whatever we can that's loose. Now we're gonna head inside, vacuum whatever fell inside here, and then we can start cleaning the adhesive. I'm gonna use Goo Gone to remove adhesive. You're gonna want an adhesive remover, but nothing too strong because it might start stripping the paint. So no like acetone or paint stripper, just something like this should work. And I don't want to spray it onto the car because it's gonna make a mess and start dripping into like the seams here. I'm never gonna get it. So I'm just gonna spray it directly onto some paper towel. And it leaves an oily residue. That's the nature of adhesive remover. So after we clean this stuff off, you're gonna want something to clean the Goo Gone off. And since it's not very strong, as in it won't remove the paint, it's gonna take a little work to get the old adhesive off. So I could probably get the old scraper also and work in removing the old stuff, which I'll grab. And not to cut corners, but I don't personally need it more perfect than this because the new one's not gonna be adhering to the actual bare metal like the old one was. It's just gonna be sitting on top, having pressure. So I'm not gonna really be more perfect than this. But feel free to clean it as much as you want. Okay. That's basically how much I prefer to be clean for something like this. You guys can do more. Now I'm just gonna hit it with the vacuum one more time because a lot of little pieces ripped off in the cleaning process. Now we're going to clean it again. We're going to clean the oil residue off now. I don't have anything too good to clean it, just some regular like car soap. I have glass cleaner. I don't have car soap around the house right now. I'm not gonna go and buy some, so I'll just be cleaning the surrounding area, get the oil residue off, and then we can put the new brake light on. Might not be the best cleaner on the metal, but it works. All right, and once you get all that oil residue and crap off, Just gonna get a dry rag and we're going to wipe it dry. Make sure we don't get any smudge marks left on the car. Decent enough. All right, we're just gonna place this in now. Get the holes nice and lined up. Then hear the click to get in. A little awkward. I'm gonna set this down. This might be the best I can do from outside. I'm gonna have to go inside now and put the bolts on, tighten it, and it'll pull it nice and closed. So we're just gonna hand tighten each bolt on before we start really tightening them down. That little clunk is just a magnet pulling off the roof. Nothing to worry about. All right, now I'm gonna take the ratchet and tighten them all. Oh, go backwards. I'll get back to that one. Just wanna get each one close to being tight so it's nice and level. Okay, let's make sure we get in the right orientation. Okay, pretty sure it goes like this. A little awkward to get it in. There we go. Make sure it clips in. Make sure these clips are in place. Make sure everything looks good. Maybe give it a little push test. Absolutely no give. This is really good, nice and tight.
And that's going to wrap it up for my review and install of the third brake light assembly fitting all 2015 to 2018 Ford Mustangs. Thanks for watching, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.